So that's the single.
Yes.
Give your love freely. What?
Yes.
Parentheses, shine on.
Shine
right?
on.
All
yes.
right. All right.
Yes.
All right. So that's the first single from the upcoming album Obtanium
Flow.
Yeah. So if you happen to have grabbed up Sugar Fit,
Yes.
you'll probably notice that there's a big difference between where this record is and where Sugar Fit.
And why is that?
Why is that? I think kind of partially it's just that I think we were kind of in that island reggae mood.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of part of it, but I think it's also along with the whole theme of the album. So, I mean, at least the way that I see the album, it kind of it's one of those type of things for me where it's about going outside of your comfort zone.
Okay.
It's about not being stagnant.
Okay,
and
like that.
I think one of the things that pushes you outside of your comfort zone and to me stops you from being stagnant and it's probably cliche is love.
Yeah.
So whether the kind of way this thing starts out, it's just giving your love just to your significant other, partner, whatever it might be.
Okay.
We have like the first 3 or 4 songs kind of evolves around that. And then it kind of segues and says, okay, how about giving your love outward to help, to me, it kind of helps our world to be better, makes us better as people. And then it's kind of like, how does love help us in the future? So, and I almost look at this as kind of a stark difference between, I think, the way we kind of saw like progress, on like previous albums, like on,
what do you mean?
Like Welcome to My World, we had a song called Primitives.
Yes.
And Primitives was about, hey, you think you're progressing so much, but these people that you call primitives, they may have it all figured out and you don't.
Right.
Yeah. And that's kind of where it was at, right? Whereas I think here, it's almost like, our future doesn't lie within replicating the past.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so that if all we're doing is living to replicate the past, then we stagnate.
Right.
Once you stagnate, then you kind of die, you wither away.
That is exactly the theme of Mystic, Lovely Mystic.
Lovely Mystic,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's all about that Obtanium flow, because it's about, the whole Obtanium aspect of it. It is about obtaining that goal, obtaining that future, and constantly having those moving goals.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like, I think nothing embraces that more than a goal of actually achieving the ability to love unconditionally.
Yeah, and love is a vulnerability. So
Right,
I mean, you
exactly.
are really stepping out of your comfort zone because you can't get hurt, and you will get hurt.
Yeah,
Part of learning to love is learning to accept that you will be brokenhearted sometimes.
Yes,
and you have to learn how to keep who you are as yourself while still connecting with another person. So
right, yeah. And it's kind of like one of the songs, Gone. Yeah. It's kind of about that situation, that thing of understanding that you need the people around you who love you to pull you back.
When you're on the brink.
Yeah, when you're on the brink. Yeah. That and you see this with the high rates of suicide and things like that. And that you just hope that a person can be vulnerable enough to reach out, to say, hey, pull me back.
Right. Yeah.
Help save me from me.
Yeah.
So that's, another aspect of that. And then culminating, with Daylight.
Yeah. Daylight is the bonus song. Right. That's the song we wake up to every morning. Well, we get our day started with Daylight. And it's been that way for, I don't know, a few years now.
Right. And it is a stylistic departure.
Yeah.
From the whole record.
Yeah.
So we'll say it. So, and I think it's kind of like our evolution as artists. So I think like before we would do albums that were probably thematically cohesive, but stylistically kind of everywhere.
Yeah, eclectic, yes.
Right. So and I think like Higher Up, Deeper In reflects more of that style of doing records.
Right.
However, I think the last two records have been, I think thematically cohesive and also musically.
You talking about Honey Dip?
Well, I'm no, the last two. So I'm talking about Sugar Fit and now with Obtanium.
Okay, I thought you meant even the EP, because the EP was all acoustic. So
yeah, it was all acoustic, but they were kind of all over the place.
Yeah, the styles were.
Yeah. So, but I think that this one, probably mirrors Sugar Fit in that way, in the fact that it is cohesive. And, for people who are probably wondering, well, what happened to the funk? We can never just let it go.
Right.
So there will be a Tony Webb record.
Oh, yeah, Funkalicious. Funkalicious is out. Yeah. So go Tony Webb Spotify or Tony Webb YouTube. Right. And Funkalicious that's our funk side right now.
It's more funk. A little bit, except it's instrumentals. Yeah. So a little bit of vocals, not a lot, but that album has all the funk that Cisco does.
I'm watching too much The Undercover Brother here.
Yeah. So it has all of that. So if you're dying for the funk, if you wonder where the funk went, it's with the Tony Webb record, and but I think for us, for this record, we had to let this
be what it is. Follow it down the road, because that's part of being an artist. That's the whole reason why we're doing this, is to express. So that whatever we feel like expressing at the time, whatever we feel like needs to exude from us.
And that kind of hit me. It's kind of like this is like, outside of like acoustic records that we've done, I think this is like the first record that we've done that it doesn't have any slap bass on it.
Yeah, so that was one of our fun facts. No slap bass.
Yeah.
In this album,
on this album,
a little bit of
it's just really kind of weird. It's just like, but it kind of goes back to what you're talking about as far as the art, and I think it's the way that I've always viewed slap bass, because I know there's certain people out there, as far as bass players go, that, hate slap bass.
Yeah.
It's like, I just hate it, I just hate it. So to me, it's always just been a technique, a tool, and so if it's appropriate for the song, I'm going to use it.
Yeah.
If it's not appropriate for the song, I'm not going to use it.
Yeah.
And it's just for these songs, it wasn't, I'm not going to even say that. I'm not going to even say that it didn't feel right, because I never tried it.
Right. But I'm saying you weren't feeling it enough to even try it.
Yeah. So, whereas there's been other things like from Welcome to My World, we got My Brother's Keeper.
Yeah.
Just got slap on it, and it's reggae tinged.
Yeah.
So it's not even just that it was reggae, that it was that, but it was just kind of feeling it. And I think a lot of this was, at least to me, the bass lines were really influenced by Bob Marley and Sting. There's a lot of that there. A lot of simplicity within the bass lines because of that, but I still feel like they're melodic and to me really fit the songs. And again, it just goes back to you keep coming back to that, making sure that whatever you're doing technically is serving the art. So and we got a couple of finishing touches to add to Obtanium Flow before it drops.
Well, we're gonna do what they call it, the waterfall method, where we're doing a few at a time, and then we're gonna have some videos. So one of the ones I'm more excited about for videos is rings. And that's because, I don't know, we affectionately call it the Nigerian wedding song, because I can just see people dancing in a wedding and having the white dress and just really, feeling each other, feeling the vibe for the group and for the actual ceremony. And so from all the things that I've ever seen from Nigerian weddings, it always makes me think that Rings would be the song that they'd be playing as they're walking down the aisle. So.
Yeah, and it's interesting the way that one kind of worked out. It's the way that we're collaborating a lot of ways. So, like, you wrote the lyrics, what, was it prior to the wedding?
Prior to the wedding.
So, prior to the wedding.
Yeah.
We got married in 1988, right? So, August 20th, 1988. See, I remember that.
You better remember that.
So, August 20th, 1988, we got married. That's when, you had that. So, I think, and I'm gonna grab my guitar.
Okay.
So I think along the way, I think I had. Sorry. For years, I think I had like that little guitar part, and it was just basically something that I thought was going to be kind of a change for me. You got it?
Now I do.
Got it now.
Okay. I can see a little bit of the guitar at least, right? A little bit. Oh, I can actually see us a little bit better. How about that? Learn something new.
So, yeah, I kind of had like that little part, and then after a while, kind of came up with the verse part, and then I was trying to think of what I was going to sing on top of it, and it was, these are things that commitment brings, the ceremonious exchange of rings, yeah. So, then, the verse and all the rest of that kind of stuff. But we actually had that on another record, which was Caleb's Cafe. It was all acoustic. And just recently, I was kind of messing around with this acoustic guitar. And it's kind of got a weird sound on it because all the moisture was almost out of this guitar.
Yeah, so this is not the first acoustic guitar, but it is the most finicky. It's the Martin, SC something. Yeah. We got a video for it.
Yeah, it's Martin. Yeah, you got to make sure that it stays hydrated.
Right.
Because otherwise,
yes,
it gave off a weird kind of sound.
Yeah.
Which worked for Rings. And I didn't know why it was sounding like that at the time, but it worked for Rings. And then after that, I had to go ahead and kind of leave it in the case to let, the moisture get back in the guitar so that,
Never had that before in all these years.
No, I hadn't had it with any other guitar. Yeah. But yeah, this guitar is very finicky like that. So, well, it's perfect for that. And then for Christmas, Vicky got me this hand drum, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so we also had that in there. So
they add that little Caribbean
a little
flavor.
piece to it. So so that was a good one, for us. So and then one of the other older songs that we had.
Oh yeah. So then we have Instant Lover, which predated both of us, predated us getting together.
Yeah.
That's what Bruce had when I met him. So that is older than even our relationship. So that was interesting.
Circa 1986 sometime.
Yeah.
That was written.
And why'd you redo it?
I think we're redoing a couple of our songs.
Yeah.
And so I kind of decided to do that one. So and also I know we had performed it live before.
Yeah.
And we had added a couple of new parts in it. And so I realized we never captured those.
Okay.
And so it was like, okay, well, let's go ahead and capture that, So.
And then the studio's been upgraded a gazillion times over the years, and it's nice to be able to use the new equipment again, to upgrade the song, and then to put whatever your new flavor to it. Because you have to have something to keep from just replicating what you had before to make it interesting to do.
Right. And and I'm thinking like the shout out to Corey Lawrence, because Corey is
Corey.
that's where we had actually recorded this thing first.
It's the Lover. And then the other song that is as old as our relationship, but not as old, but older than our kids, is Flower Girl.
Yeah.
And that was the wedding song that Bruce wrote for me to walk down the aisle.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So that's another one. And we ended up kind of doing that one
a couple times. Yeah.
But we ended up going with one that was kind of like a quasi-acoustic version of it. But it always had like that reggae
kind of feel to it. So it's just one of those that fell into the vibe, into the flow that we were in at the moment. So, So again, just following that whole thing of letting the muse in. The muse was saying, we got a lot of world stuff going here. Let's, do something with that.
Let's roll with it, right? And so, and then the rest of them, I think, are basically all new, right?
Yeah.
So, and we ended up with 14 songs.
Yeah.
So there's 14 songs. So, and the rest of them, 11 are, pretty much new.
Yeah.
Things that we came up with. So, and I think even for me, I was thinking at first that we might do another like acoustic thing.
Yeah.
And but
because actually now we've done 2 acoustic albums, the Kayla's Cafe and then the Honey Dip is an EP. But yeah, and we probably are pulling together enough for another acoustic record too. So album title. So you told us what Obtanium Flow, like the essence of the theme is, but where the heck did we get the title?
Go ahead. That kind of falls in your.
All right. So, and I was thinking we were gonna be able to capitalize off of this, but then they changed it. But in the first Avatar, they were talking about this substance that was so valuable and so precious, but that was not, that they were willing to, kill the Navi and kill Home Tree and all this other stuff. But it was unobtainium. Yeah. And so when we were talking about this whole thing about love and trying to get a life that you enjoy and that you make yourself happy, you make other people happy. Yeah. Now you out on this. This weekend we gotta get this together. So that's where the obtanium. I'm like, I can't say you can have it all, but you can have the things that you want. You just can't have everything all at the same time.
I agree.
So you just have to choose. But to me, joy and love should be the center of whatever. And that's just, maybe it's just getting older. Yeah. We've tried some of the other things, the money, the recognition, respect, and all these other things. And to me, that's the one that joy, I can decide every day.
Yeah.
And that's one of your lines that, you know, if I wake up, it's a good day.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you know, if God lets me wake up, I'm gonna make this a good day. I'm gonna choose to find the good in people as much as I can. I'm gonna choose to keep my peace even when I can't find the good in people.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna choose to love the people who are giving me love.
Right.
And then to try to understand and be empathetic to the people who are not feeling love. You know, they're not feeling love. Maybe they're lashing out. I know it's not my fault. I know there's nothing I've done.
Yes.
And I can have peace knowing that. And then I can leave them alone. I can try to give them a word of encouragement, drop that seed, and then go.
Yeah.
But to me, so it's obtainable, which was the whole thing, Obtanium.
Yes.
And then the flow, we tried all kinds of combinations, but flow kind of worked. And it worked with the reggae, and you know, it just had a ring to it.
Yeah, I think that was kind of getting to that whole thing, is that sometimes it's like certain things kind of the songs kind of just pull certain things out of you. Mm-hmm. I mean, like you know, like with Lovely Mystic, it was like, you know, I think we were actually doing a clip.
Oh yeah,
you know, and it's just in doing
one of those song clips for every week. You guys know we drop a song clip every week.
Yeah, Lovely Mystic was one of them.
Yeah,
and that title hit me, and it you know, I know it was inspired by Bob Marley's Natural Mystic. So, but you know,
and I just like the way it sounds. I'm sorry. Those words sound good together.
Right, and
then the idea, like you said, you start going down that road of exploring what it could mean, and then it all just came together.
Yeah, because I kept thinking about, you know, I think initially like a shaman, you know, kind of guiding you through this, and you kind of find it, and then I think after a while I start saying, but you know, actually, you know, you're the shaman.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's something that's inside of you. You know, so
and that goes perfect for Obtanium Flow.
Yeah.
So that is our kind of unofficial title track, because we don't have a song called Obtanium Flow, but Lovely Mystic parentheses Obtanium Flow.
Yeah. I think that to me pretty much pulls together the whole record.
Yeah.
You know, but I was thinking about something that you said before too, is that, you know, when you're talking about, you know, joy, you know, and I was like, oh, we have another one on there called Find My Joy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, these are all songs that are, you know, I don't know. To me, these might be more on a personal level, just words of encouragement to self.
Yeah.
You know, especially like nowadays you go through stuff and it's like, you know, a lot of
negativity.
A lot of negativity, you know.
So just a little.
Regardless of who it is, you know. So it's like, hey, what's up? What's up, Chuck?
Oh my goodness.
Is that Eddie Floyd?
Oh my goodness. How are you?
What up?
Hey,
April. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, Eddie knows we go back a long way.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So Eddie probably remembers Instant Lover. So
hey, wow.
One of the songs I did with him. But yeah, that's so you know, I think the strength of the record for us is that, you know, like I said, just in this whole thing of the polarization, everything that's kind of happening today, if you kind of get caught up in that, it can kind of get to you.
Yeah, you can lose your joy, and you can always be worried about people who don't love you. Yeah. And to me, it's better to, you know, let them be. I'm sorry, they need prayer, they need something. But that I'm not going to give away my joy in order to make them happy. So,
and then it's also kind of touching on the fact that, you know, even things in your life that, you know, weren't quite right, you know, to kind of let that go. You know, if
forgiving your parents. I was about to say, forgive your parents. I'm sorry. At the age we are, we can't blame our parents. We are the parents now. Yeah. And now we have grown kids, and I'm sure they're going to look back and say, you know, what did you do to me? You know, I mean, we weren't perfect. We're not perfect. So again, I start thinking about, if I'm judging my mom saying that, oh, she didn't do this. And I'm like, well, she's not perfect either. She was trying to do the best she could. So.
Hey, Chuck, well, thanks for saying we look good. I mean, that's always good to hear when you're as old as I am.
Oh, my goodness. As old as we are. I don't know why he thinks he's so much older. He's only 3 years older. I know. It just seems like he's so old.
Hey, you know, you get to this age, it's just good to be seen. You know, so that's, you know, not on the cover on an obituary or anything like that.
Thank you. Right. So we appreciate you coming out tonight because, you know, it's Friday night.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow, you got a crew over there. Yeah. What is going on? Y'all having the watch party, huh? I love it.
Yeah. Cool, man. I definitely thank you for tuning in, man. Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, so we were have you guys heard the song? You probably did. I'm pretty sure you heard the song. So we were talking about the equipment that we use because some people are interested in that.
Yeah.
And for the album as a whole, you know, Bruce has a variety of basses.
Yeah.
But for this album, he used the Fender, the Kayla, and the Sandberg were his three main basses.
Yeah, and so just a little bit about the Fender. So for the longest I had the 78 Fender Jazz bass. It used to be like my only bass. That was all I had was my 78 Jazz bass. And I would say about a year ago, I strung it up with flat round strings. So, and that just gave it a completely different sound, made it feel like a 1960s style bass. So, you know, I used the Fender Jazz bass. You guys might be able to see behind me is that Kayla U bass.
Oh yeah, the ukulele.
Yeah, and that's got the tape round strings on it, the nylon strings on it. And I didn't use the Fodera on this record. So on Tony Webb record, it's killing that one. But that black Sandberg, I use that as far as the bass goes. So, and, you know, let me just do this right quick.
You about to solo it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little taste of the Sandberg on Give You Love. There it is. Hear it in context here. Give you love freely. And then as far as guitars go, like on Give You Love, I use my Fender Telly.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I use that.
And that's what opens the song, that guitar part at the beginning of the song.
Yeah, that opening riff is on the Telly. So it's like, got the Telly over here. Make sure I'm soloing the right one. So that's the Fender Telly, and then use all kinds of keys on this. So like we use a lot of different. On this particular song though, I have like a Yamaha Montage. I use that. I had a Roland FA, and I upgraded that to the Phantom 06. So and I use that for the organ. So I use like a vintage clav on the Montage, and then for the organs, I use that Roland FA. So, and that's pretty much it as far as the music goes.
Yeah.
We did like a gazillion vocal tracks. So,
oh yeah.
You know, so
we're known for our urban choir. That's what I like to call it. A whole bunch of vocals.
Yeah, we usually do a lot of those. So, and definitely did that this time. So, give you a little bit of taste of that by themselves. Give you love freely. Yeah. So as we did that with oh geez, man. Trying to think, man, we probably did like 80 vocal tracks at least.
Surprise!
Fake on them. All right, man. I hear you.
Did you guys have any questions? I had a couple from our Facebook group, but if you guys have questions since you're live, do you have any questions you'd like us to answer before I answer the one that I know for sure we had?
Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and get the one that we have.
Okay, all right. So one of our people from the other Facebook group was asking what sparked our interest in music.
Oh.
And I told him it's because you were born wanting to play music, but...
No, I did, but I have to say it was really the Jackson 5. I don't remember a world without the Jackson 5. I really don't. So for me, I saw the Jackson 5 and I was in. I knew I wanted to play. Yeah, because I really don't remember not knowing about the Jackson 5.
Okay, all right.
Do not, from the time I was, I guess, 4 years old.
Okay.
So that would have been sort of like 69.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, wow.
It's like when I first heard them, I was 69, 70, somewhere up in there. I was like,
wow.
That was it for me. I was all in.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to play guitar, and, so. From that point on, so.
I love it. Well, and then I'm just creative, so anywhere I can pour my creativity. Now I'm into upcycling, so I'm taking things and cutting them up and resewing them and doing all kinds of crazy things to them. But music was one of the things because my mom was a poet and she always had us hanging around all kinds of people who were creative. So I don't think I could help but do something creative. I couldn't be normal,
right? Yeah.
Because I didn't have that environment, and then after a while, I didn't want to be normal. Yeah. Now it's no interest in being normal.
Yeah, because my brother and sister, right? So I'm 4 years younger than my brother and 6 years younger than my sister. So they were singing and playing. Well, they weren't playing, but they were singing. And I think kind of watching them sing, and that probably what got me into it. But even from an early age, like I was 9 years old, we went to go see Sly Stone, and we saw like Graham Central Station opening up for the Ohio Players. The first concert I ever saw was actually seeing the Jackson 5 at the old Olympia Stadium here in Detroit.
In Detroit, that's where we were located. We're in Detroit. Yeah. Well, right outside Detroit. Yeah.
Detroit. So that's where I was. Even though I saw Sly in Vegas, and I saw Graham Central Station in Vegas, the Commodores in Vegas. I saw Earth, Wind & Fire here in Detroit, Pine Knob.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I think it was... And I saw the OJs in Vegas. With the Whispers opening.
Yeah, that's right. Your favorite.
Yeah, so... Yeah, but that was because, I kind of got a chance to tag along my brother and sister because they couldn't leave me at home by myself.
Aww.
So...
And you love Johnny Guitar Watson.
Love Johnny Guitar Watson. Johnny Guitar Watson was the man. He was it. I heard this guy. Actually, I was about 11 years old. I had a friend of mine. His father used to play that Real Mother For You album. And that first Maze album that had Happy Feelings and While I'm Alone on it. That guitar part. That, woo. But I kind of fell in love with that. And I would go over to this guy's house to play with him just to hear them songs that his father would play.
It makes no sense. Makes no sense.
Loved it. And I think it was like for my birthday, I might have been turning 12 or something like that. My brother and sister got me that Johnny Guitar Watson album and the first Slave record, the one that had Slide on it.
Oh,
and
see.
Screw Your Wig on Tight.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Had those songs on it. Yeah, that was it. So yeah, the 70s to me, it was a great time.
For bass players, for sure. For bands.
For bass, period. Because, you coming out, starts off with Larry Graham and Thank You, playing with Sly and the Family Stone, and then all the stuff that he did with Graham Central Station. and like thumping and plucking if
Oh,
you're a kid, man.
Oh.
And that was like unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
You hear that sound. I think I heard Marcus Miller talking about that, you know.
And you want to
It's
know
like,
how to do what? How'd you do that?
how'd you do it? It was
how can
just,
I do it?
it was like the coolest sound ever. So yeah, I mean, that was it for me. It's like, as far as being a bass player. Then, you know, later hearing Stanley Clarke, and then even later than that, hearing Jocko and some of the other people, it just kind of sold me on the bass, because all of a sudden, that not only could it be you know, a grooving instrument, but it could be a solo instrument.
Yeah.
And then Stanley Clarke showed me
it could be a guitar, right?
So,
be a guitar and a bass all at the same time.
So,
yeah.
So, and I think the person that was probably the biggest epiphany for all of this to me was Prince.
Yeah.
You know, because I always liked all kinds of different styles of music coming up. You know, a lot of times, especially we were living in Vegas, a lot of times they didn't have black radio. They just had like the white radio stations. And so when I heard Prince and I heard him putting all this stuff together. And I was like, wow, you can really do this. You know, it's like you could be a black artist and you can do all these things.
Yeah.
It's like,
right, because he didn't do, you don't know him for one genre. I mean, I know some people will say funk, but he really is a genre unto himself.
Yes, I mean, he did so much stuff. I mean, you just didn't hear a lot of, you know, and I'm not going to say that you didn't hear a lot of guitar, because growing up too, as far as just doing the rock and roll and funk mix, you heard it with Parliament Funkadelic. You know, I mean, people know about Magic Brain. And, you know, and then even like, you know, Freak of the Week, it's got that guitar solo in it. You know, I mean, so yeah, it was there in the Isley Brothers.
Yes.
You know, always kind of had that mix, you know, but Prince had a certain amount of, you know, attainability to him. You know, you know, the music didn't sound overly complicated, you know, and it just related to the way that I felt like I would mix it. You know, it's like, wow, you know, he was the first guy that made me feel like, man, you know, I wish I had written that. You know, so that he was that guy that made me feel that way.
And then he had the style. So I'm saying, you know, for the showmanship, I know he was the first concert I ever went to. My mom took me in Texas in 1980, and he was all over the place. They turn out the light, and he was up on the riser. You turn him on again, and he's down on the other side of the stage. He's running back and forth. He's changing up the songs from song to song. You didn't know the arrangement, what you were going to hear, and I loved it. And I'm saying that was kind of turned me on to that whole, you know, the way you could actually do things live. So
yeah. I mean, that was a whole different element to him that I didn't even realize that he had, was, you know, that the showmanship aspect of it, you know, so.
To Jimi Hendrix and James Brown and all of it, and put it together. So.
Yeah, all of that stuff together, and you know.
Hey, you guys, oh my goodness, y'all got a huge crew.
Yeah, so.
Wow.
Put this guitar.
Do you guys have any more questions?
Do we have anything else from the Facebook group, or?
The other question, of course, was how we got together.
Okay.
So do you guys know this story? I know Eddie knows it.
Yeah.
You guys know the story?
Yeah.
We met over music. So shout out to Alan Day. And Alan Day was a friend of mine I met him at Wayne State. I was in high school. He was not. He was hanging out with somebody at Wayne State. And there was some type of writing contest or whatever, poetry contest that we went to.
Yeah.
I met him. He told me, oh, you got to meet my friend Bruce. He does everything. He plays bass. He plays everything. He's got his own music out. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. But anyway, I took a friend of mine. We went over to Bruce's house, to Bruce's mom's house. And I met him, and I was impressed by his music, but his attitude was a little funky. But he wanted me to sing on a song. And his mom was real nice, and I'm like, okay, I'll do that. But I'm like, I'm not interested in anything else. Just let me sing on this song, and that's it. We started talking on the phone. He was about to turn 21, and I looked up and we were talking for hours. So after a while, I started realizing that this, you know, at first, though, I was trying to keep it, professional. I sang on the song, did all that. And then after a while, we looked up and we were moving out together. Yeah. And then a year later, we were married. So, yeah. And been together ever since.
Ever since. And that was, we met, what, in 86?
We met in 86. In June 86. Yeah. Got married in August 88.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
2 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're right. It did happen over music.
Over music, yeah. So. And I had sworn, because all the people I had ever known who were musicians were such jerks. And he, at first, seemed like he was going to meet that criteria that I was not going to be interested. But I ended up being interested. So, yeah. More. Oh my goodness. Hey, we got a lot of folks. Coolio, Julio. All right, you guys. What are you guys doing? What is happening? Somebody's birthday party, you said? What are you guys doing? It seems like there's something happening. There's a party going on. Whose birthday?
Yeah.
Vaughn Mansell's birthday? Or are you checking in? DeAndre Perryman's birthday. Okay, cool. Well, happy birthday. And thanks for hanging out with us. So again, the record is already out on all the streaming services.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing some other live hangs if you guys are interested in that. 1986, yes. Yep. Eddie Floyd said, hey.
Oh.
Yeah, so we'll be doing some more live hangs. We do have a Patreon, so we're looking to do more of this type of thing on a regular basis so that, you know, we can kind of get our people together. And you guys can all talk to each other and we can talk to you. So, yeah. And share things before everybody else gets it. So, also, we're going to have t-shirts. The t-shirts aren't here yet. We got our stickers.
Yeah.
The stickers.
For Obtanium.
Yeah, for Obtanium Flow. We don't have t-shirts were supposed to be here, but they're not here yet. You excited for the new music? We're excited too.
Yeah.
So yeah, just you know, we love that you guys stopped through, and make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel because that's where the videos are going to be. But we'll let you know on Facebook as well.
So that was see, I'm going through old stones now.
He's going through old songs now. Well, Vaughn is funky, but it's also world. We were talking about that earlier. That it's a little bit of a it's a little bit of a twist from the funk. But we do have Tony Webb's record, which is Funkalicious, which is very funky. So his album is Thrillsville. So if you are in Spotify, you just type Tony Webb, and it is Funkalicious. And it's out now, too. So that's where we put the funk for right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's... Yeah, the reggae has kind of got a little bit of the funk with it.
Yeah,
but,
it does.
Yeah, you know, but... The true funk. If you check out the Tony Webb record.
Yeah. And that's going to be, again, the waterfall sequence is what they call it now. It's where you release one every few weeks. Instead of, we're old school. We were used to putting out albums. But they were like, oh, that's not the way people consume music anymore. So we're trying this new method. Just like with the live stream. We have never done our own live stream because it's like, that's just so newfangled. And in fact, I already messed up the YouTube stream. I apologize to anybody who went to YouTube, but I messed up the stream. But we're gonna try.
You can't
live without it. Well, it's still fun.
I can't live without it, man. Yeah. You know you're gonna hear it somewhere.
Yeah, it's still funky though. Yeah, so we're just trying a few more different things. But we will have t-shirts and stickers and some more merch will be coming out soon. And if you want to know about that when it first comes out again, Patreon is a great place to go.
Yeah. So definitely. And again, I don't know. So we're doing we'll be probably releasing another single
in a month.
In about a month.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Because we gotta work on videos. Can work on videos now.
Yeah, so also kind of check that out too. So we'll be dropping videos.
Yeah.
Along the way.
Yeah.
So,
I'm excited about rings. I told you guys, I'm really excited about the Nigerian wedding song is what we're calling it. So.
And if you are looking for the funk too, and you haven't grabbed up Sugar Fit.
Oh yeah.
You grab Sugar Fit.
I was about to say Sugar Fit. Sugar Fit is always,
Yeah. Because, my heart is always going to be with the funk. So that's always going to be a part of it. So, So, what are you thinking?
Do you guys have any more questions?
Any more questions, everyone? And thank you all for taking the time to come out and listen and
hang out.
Hang out for a minute. So, definitely appreciate that. We'll have some more behind the scenes stuff kind of coming up too.
Yeah.
And Eddie, I know I need to connect with you. I know you got some stuff happening, man. So, we definitely still need to connect on, those projects that you got going on, man. So, send me an instant message or, text me, man. We can get together. So, yeah. All right, y'all. Well, this has really been great.
So we appreciate you guys coming out.
We do. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, more people.
I see.
You guys are doing it. Hey, Thelma. Hey, Brenda.
Yeah.
Of course, April and Eddie, DeAndre, Pyramid, just all you guys. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. That's so cool.
It is.
Yeah. Nothing like this.
All right. Good night.
Good
We're
night,
good.
Take care.